call. This call is from
Daniel Larson.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. To accept this call, press 5. You may begin speaking now.
Hi, Daniel.
Hello, this is Daniel Larson.
What's going on, Daniel? How you doing, man?
Hi, I'm doing okay. My lawyer hasn't been getting back to me at all. I haven't spoken to him since early August.
Okay, I was looking on Pacer, and the prosecution has filed a new thing in your case, a new document in your case that says you'll probably be in Springfield by December.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
And also my lawyer, for some reason, has been, like, the last time I talked to him, which was early August, right? He told me that I was never in contact with the Vanderwalls or the label, which is false.
You said,
because I was in contact with Grace before and her mother.
so you said that there's something in your discovery for your legal cases confirmed that you were talking to the Vanderwalls or something?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
It's confirmed, and there's even conversations in my legal discovery over social media where Tina has admitted to talking with me, which is true, where she's told me to stop listening to the trolls. The issue is, well, I was homeless, right? I had to make my own living. I had to try to survive, and it became a survival thing where I was trying to, like, literally stay alive. And my family, my own family, was manipulating financials. They were telling me to cut ties with Tina, and I accidentally blocked the real Tina, not the impersonators. I accidentally blocked the real Tina, and I lost contact altogether. When I tried to regain contact, I couldn't. You see what I mean?
Yeah. What people... So what?
Big issue is, so Tina wanted me to cut ties with Grace and stop talking to the impersonators and only talk to Grace. And what Grace was doing was she was getting me in contact with her management behind Tina's back. And so Grace got me in contact with everybody. You see what I mean?
Okay.
And then somewhere along the line, when Tina found out, because I reported it to Tina that Grace was actually in contact, once Tina, Grace's mother, found out, then Tina started having full-time contact with me.
Wow. Okay.
And then they were saying that I needed to have 5 songs, an EP, before I can get the label deal, which is supposed to be $35 million, or $36 million. It was supposed to be record-breaking deal for 2023, but my family kept saying it was fake and wasn't real. And I tried to get help. That's why I was going on the M1 holds. Okay?
Yeah.
The M1 holds were calling, everybody at the hospitals were calling my family, telling them they needed to get me housing. They've refused, and I was put right back on the streets.
Okay.
Well, all this was going on, law enforcement got involved and started telling me I was not in contact with Tina and to block Tina again. And it became a war of who I was in contact with. And so I made the threat, which is why I'm here in prison, in jail. I made the threats to try to put an end to everything and drag everybody into the situation so I can handle things legally.
Yeah, I know that you were emailing me last night talking about when you're going to have a trial. You do understand that you have to, like, they've said you're incompetent to stand trial, and they'll probably hold you until you're competent. You got to kind of put on an act. If I were you, I'd kind of try to put on an act and, act as normal as possible to try to, for the psychiatrist to say that you're competent so you can just go ahead and take a plea deal and get out
Yes, which is actually weird because nobody's telling me why I'm incompetent. Like, nobody has been telling me anything. They've been saying that I've been doing things very well and I shouldn't even be in custody. That's the word from the jail.
Do you have any
and psychiatry?
Do you have any idea how long you'll be in Springfield? Are they going to hold you indefinitely until they say you're competent, or what?
That's what my lawyer is shooting for. He's saying that they're going to try to make me competent. I never even knew what Grace was even saying behind the scenes, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I figured that Tina was going to try to...
This call is from a federal prison.
I figured that Tina was going to try to stop Grace from having contact with me.
Okay.
And I don't know why.
Well, just as you should probably just not mention Grace or Tina to any of the psychiatrists, because I don't think that's really going to help your case.
I don't think it's helping either.
Yeah.
Like, I asked my lawyer for verification on if it was really the real Tina.
And he said no?
And he said no.
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because it's confirmed that, yes, it was actually them. And I'm not saying that there was a fake involved, but what I'm saying is that I was definitely at one point in contact. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So,
and that's what I needed to clarify. Now that I've clarified that, now I'm concerned about how I can make things better, and everybody else is just going backwards.
Say on the phone, because it could get you in trouble. I'm going to send you that. Have you got the most recent document that was filed in your case, the prosecution's document? I got it packed up, and I was going to send it to you if you haven't already seen it.
I do not. I do have my legal discovery from before I got arrested, but everything after, like conversations and everything after I got arrested, I don't have information on, so I don't know what is being said now that I'm arrested.
Okay, so you don't have any of the new documents that have been filed. I already have the one packed up to send to you, the most recent one filed by the prosecution that kind of details the timeline of when you're going to go to Springfield. But what I want for you is I want you to get out, and I don't want you to sit in Springfield indefinitely. So, there's the old saying, you fake it till you make it. You just got to, realize what makes you sound crazy and not say that, and just fake it until you can be found competent, and then just, take a plea deal. And you've already sat for a long time. They'll probably just give you time served.
Right. And my big fear is I'm afraid that I'm going to have to plead guilty, because the thing is, if I plead guilty, then I don't think I can be with Grace.
Well, why do you think that? If you plead guilty, you might be able to get just time served. You might just be able to get out, but you have to be found competent before you can plead guilty, is what I'm saying.
Right, and I'm not saying I'm going to be facing a long time or anything, but I would plead guilty to a felony because I'm in the feds.
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
But how does it affect?
Grace wants me to travel with her. She goes to London all the time. She goes to Paris. And there are certain countries, if I have a felony, I cannot go to.
Yeah,
and Grace has friends in those countries.
Yeah, there's certain countries. Yeah, I think you can go to London. I think the only main country you can't go with no felony is like Canada.
And Canada's a big one. I think her label's out of Canada, Columbia Records.
So if you,
I think it's out of Canada.
So if you do,
so there would be conflict there.
So if you do end up, being found competent, you're going to try to go to trial and beat get a not guilty verdict on the allegations?
That's what we're trying, and my lawyer has told me that we're trying to get a not guilty. He thinks I'm a victim of the case.
Okay.
As far as trying to make everything work with the Vanderwalls, that's what I'm concerned about now. because I told my lawyer I'm not going to plead guilty and I'm not going to even make a decision until I know what's going on with Grace. And unfortunately, the way things are going with my family and the way things are going in my life at this time, I'm thinking about just cutting ties for my safety with my family for the time being.
With Bob and them?
Yeah, because Bob is not helping when I was on the streets. I don't believe he will help once I get out. I don't think he cares about my career. Same thing with my biological dad. And I think as far as my career goes and legal stuff when it comes to my publicity, I think that the Vanderwolves can...
This call is from a federal prison.
The Vanderwolves and her label could definitely help with that and keep me safe.
Okay.
And I
you gotta understand that there's a lot of trolls who pretend to be Bob. So, are you actually talking to the real Bob, or are you just talking to the trolls that want to mess with you and pretend to be Bob?
I'm talking to the real Bob.
Okay.
It's verified with my lawyer, and I even know his home address. So
and he's not trying to help you?
He's not. Like, he thought that Grace was fake all along, and that I was never in contact.
Are you still friends with Clark?
I'm trying to be friends with Clark, but he's flip-flopping on a lot of information.
Yeah, I guess the feds are investigating him too. It came to his work. I wouldn't care if the feds investigate me. They already are, but yeah, I guess he's being scaredy. But yeah, I don't care about the feds too. I'm not scared of them. Like I said, I'm more scared from a legal perspective of trying to make everything work, because I made the threats because I wanted things to work and I was aware of all the drama and the trolls, and I needed security because I should have had security all along, especially bodyguards. Fans were actually coming up to me in person. Yeah, I know you've been dealing with a lot of harassment. What am I going to do once I get out? Yeah, a lot of harassment. But you don't have any idea when you'll be out?
I don't. My lawyer is saying, last I heard, that I'm going for 4 months, and if I get found competent, then I'm going to trial. So he says my trial could be sometime next year, but this is the first time I've heard of Tina trying to stop Grace, and I would like to know more information on that, but I am concerned that things aren't going to work out, because I also know that most of Grace's songs are about me. I've been listening to a lot of her songs. So
okay, yeah. Well,
anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you that paperwork. I already sent you some pictures of Billie Eilish, Bad Baby, and Flo Milli. And actually today the pictures of Grace and JoJo and Emma came, so I'm gonna get those to you too. And you still on 23andOne on PC?
Yeah, I'm still on PC.
Okay, you gonna call back?
I'm gonna call back. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.